Starting a content creation agency in 2023, here is exactly what I did to scale to over 6 figures in my first year of doing business. Also, some big mistakes that I made along the way that hopefully y'all can take from. So I rebranded in 2021 and I switched from being just a video production and photography company to just being an overall content creation and social media agency. Basically, what that entails was that instead of going in doing these one-time services, we were doing these monthly type revenue structures, running their social media and actually just overall growing their brand. But making that switch honestly took us to a whole new level in our overall agency, overall branding. So the first thing you have to have obviously is to build a portfolio. Do you have specific data and statistics that you can show potential clients of the work that you have previously done? Probably not. You haven't shown that you've been able to grow a social media profile from 0 to 10,000 or 10,000 to 30,000. You have to get something visual to show your client. So here's exactly what you're going to be doing is you're going to go to some specific individual, some specific business, and you offer them one or two things. How about you let me go in, take over this subject. We'll do it at a huge discounted rate just so that I can show other clients what we can do. Oftentimes they're going to say yes. And this thing's actually going to be twofold. Is for one, you're getting good data. You can work out the kinks while you're building their stuff, as well as you're going to get some supplemental income to help kind of carry that burden month to month as you're trying to get new clients. Which brings me into the next point of actually monetizing this and making money off of this. I know all of you know a ton of photographers and a ton of videographers out there that don't know how to make money. But if you can't run it like a business, then you're really not going to survive. You have to treat this like a business in order to succeed. So here's where I saw the value in having a content creation agency over just being a freelancer like myself, to where I can just go job by job basis and charge way more. What helped me a ton was that value of consistency. But I knew, okay, I'm making $4,000 a month minimum as long as I'm retaining these clients. That gave me that peace of mind knowing that, okay, if I can't book anything, if I have no shoots whatsoever this entire month, I knew for sure that money was coming in. And that peace of mind, I'm letting you know right now, it's 100% worth it to subtract your pricing a little bit to give them that discount so that you know, okay, I can have this client for 12 months paying on a monthly fee, and I know I can base my bills around that. The next part of this equation is actually creating a sustainable product. So like I said before, at one point you're having $500 over here, $700 over here that are all kind of coming in different directions. And that's great when you get clients into the door because oftentimes they need different things. Some wants to post 5 times a week, some wants to post 3 times a week. So it's okay that you kind of create a specific regimen for what they are looking for. And we still do that to this day. But what you really need to key on in this point is what works really well for us is kind of have our 3 different price points. And within those price points, we kind of customize that package. For some companies, that one package may be 5 posts a week with 6 emails being sent out and also a podcast being shot every month to help grow their stuff. But another company, they may be completely remote to where they just send us the footage, but they just want a ton of reels done. So at this stage, you really more so just want to calculate how long and how much it costs you to do a specific task than trying to keep with these 3 specific packages where you're offering these specific services and you're not budging on those services. If one person wants to do 4 posts a week and add an email, that's really going to cost us the same amount of time compared to someone that wants 5 different posts a week or whatever that is. Don't try to keep your clients in this specific box. Instead, you need to figure out how big of a budget that they have and then figure out what you can offer them that is going to suit their needs. So this is exactly what my different packages offer. I basically have 3 different packages. We have $1,000 a month one, we have an $1,800 a month one, and then we have a $2,500 a month one. We really kind of customize it to the client. If you're wondering where you should even start, that really relies on you, your skill set, and what you enjoy. I am honestly just a very fast editor because I've been doing this for years and I've edited thousands of videos, and I can personally create a reel at a fraction of the time as the other people that are on my team. That's a huge asset for me to have because I can actually undercut our competition in a lot of ways by providing the same quality of reels, but it actually costs us and my team less time to make than others. So that's with us in short form. But find your skill skill, find whatever you are very good at and double down on that. The final point I want to make in creating your pricing structure is that the people that you work with as clients matter. If you do not want to be working with them for 10 years down the line, one, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you even getting into that relationship in the first place, but I completely understand that sometimes you just have to make money, and difficult clients, they still bring in revenue. I'm gonna probably charge them a little bit more than someone that I really enjoy working with. A good example of this is there's a pro-am in Jacksonville, and I charge them way below my regular price because I really like the owner of everything. He's a really cool guy. I would much rather be doing something like that compared to shooting at a dentist office to where maybe I'm making a little bit more money, but it's not near as fulfilling as being out on the basketball court creating basketball highlights or reels or whatever that is. But fast forward to you are making money. Now it's time to actually scale your business. We have some money now. We have some clients that are paying us consistently. We are working a lot of hours trying to grow and scale this thing, and your work is overflowing and you're beginning to drop the ball on some things. Now it's time to maybe bring somebody in. Please wait 1-2 months or something like that. Save as much money, because when you bring somebody else into your company, and that's that first step, that's that hiring that first employee, you really want to do it right. Save that money up while you're looking, really carefully handpick them, make sure that they vibe with your personality, make sure that they are fine with being critiqued and educated on this, because they're obviously going to be working under you. And finally, make sure that they know that you are a young company and you're looking to grow, and that you may not be able to pay them exactly what you're hoping for, but you're continuously looking to grow, and with new income and new revenue, that their payments will increase, because that's really what you should be doing. As your revenue increases, their revenue and workload should probably increase as well. The reason you need to hold off on that a little bit is because the minute that they come in, your life actually gets harder for a little bit, because now you still have the same amount of work. Now you have somebody to where, yeah, they can do some work and they're probably learning and getting everything squared away, but they are going to be much slower and much further behind you. You're going to need to coach them. You're going to need to teach them. You're going to need to take some time out of your day. And the big thing is, you cannot feel like they are costing you money when you are training and teaching them. I would sit there and I'm training and I'm teaching, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I can just do this right now and have it done in an hour, but instead I'm teaching this person how to do it and it'll be done in 3 hours. But now I'm also paying them to be slower as well. And when the money begins to run a little bit slower, those thoughts begin to creep in much easier. So really try to control your thoughts when bringing somebody in. You can't be thinking those thoughts of, while you're training them, that your bank account is dwindling more because you had the same amount of revenue, but now you're paying for somebody and they're being slower, and do not take it out on your new hire because they're not picking it up as fast as you had probably assumed. But my final point's just a rundown of questions that a lot of people will ask that I answer really quickly. When do I need to go full time? Well, this is why you keep your monthly expenses very low, because I was able to go full time when I was making like $2,000 a month, because I was living off of like $1,500. So I was able to jump into that full-time scene because I didn't have many monthly bills that I had to take care of. So if you have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of monthly bills, obviously you're going to need to be working double time, working part-time somewhere else, and building your content creation agency on the side until you've surpassed your monthly revenue. And then at that point, you need to try to save up about 3 months worth of expenses. That's what I would suggest, to wear and dive into this thing. But I still have, 10, 15 grand on the side here that I can live off of, because I don't want to be pulling money from my business to keep me to survive. How do I get clients? It is very difficult. We primarily do all word of mouth clients, and the reason for that is because I try to keep my network very saturated. So when you're getting started and you only know 4 business owners, well, unless those 4 business owners all need your services, you're kind of out of luck. So it can be as easy as sending 100 individual DMs a day to different companies, and just make sure that they know know that you're not a robot. Or it could be going to different networking events. It could be going to just different events in general and trying to strike up conversations with as many people as possible. You don't necessarily want to be relying on Google ads or Facebook ads to try to get leads in through the door. There are enough businesses that are trying to do that. So instead, try finding people that are in your network, making your services known to others, and continuously looking to meet new people. How much does it cost to run an agency? Well, for me, I have a studio, I have employees. We're spending over $7,000 a month just in everything. You have insurance, you have Adobe services, so that's $30 a month. My insurance is, I think, about $150 a month. I have electricity, that's another $100 a month. I have Wi-Fi, that's another $150 a month. I have a lot of expenses, but that's also because I'm reinvesting into the growth and the scale of my company. For someone that's just getting started, you will obviously need a good laptop. You'll probably need a camera. So whatever your budget is for that. What I really love about content creation agencies is that you can build it off of what you already have and you can kind of grow from there. You don't need a $50,000 investment. Honestly, if you have a phone, that's a good starting point and you can kind of go from there. What are some tools that I can use to build my content creation agency? So one, I would recommend getting on Google Calendar. That way you and your team can all share that information about when the shoots are, because as you get more clients and you get busier, it is going to be very, very imperative that you keep all of that organized. We use Google Drive for a lot of our stuff to where every time that we have a new upload, we upload it into their file. They can always go in and review it. So creating a shared file that you and your team can go in and share, as well as your clients. The services for editing, I use this thing called Captions, and that's going to actually create the captions for a lot of our content, and we use it for just about every single reel. The AI on it is absolutely insane. It's 100% worth the cost. So if you are starting a content creation agency, try this app out. It works really, really well for what you're trying to do. Another AI software that I would highly recommend is using ChatGPT. You can use this for writing scripts, as well as what I use it for is kind of a search engine to where I can say, you know, what are the statistics of the housing market in 2022 or something like that. I would highly recommend getting the Zoom premium version. It is 100% worth that $10 a month, to where you can have meetings with your clients, and if it goes over 40 minutes, then it's perfectly fine. After like 3 or 4 times of that a month, you really get tired of it. Stripe is what we use as our payment processor. I would highly recommend that you can get them onto a subscription service basis. Right through there, you basically send them the link, they put in their card information, and it's going to run their card the same time every single month, and then you're going to be paid out just a few days later. It does have a 3% processing fee, but that 3% processing fee is well worth it compared to you trying to track down all of these different clients and different invoices. The budgeting that I use is going to be QuickBooks. I basically can go in there and it will categorize every single piece of income that I have, and I can categorize a one-time transaction, and if it sees it again, it's going to automatically put it into that same place. But if you got value out of this, please like and subscribe, and we are on our way to 500 followers. The goal is to get there by the end of summer. So please hit that subscribe button, like this video, and I will see you next time.